A scandal ignites in the heart of Forrester territory when an anonymous photo surfaces. Ridge Forrester, unmistakably caught in a passionate kiss with a much younger woman on the streets of Rome. The image explodes across social media and fashion blogs, spreading like wildfire. It's not just the betrayal that stings Brooke Logan, it's the face of the woman. She doesn't recognize her, but something about the girl's posture, her hair, the turn of her jaw, it haunts her. Meanwhile, Taylor Hayes receives the same photo through a private message with no return address, accompanied by 3 words that freeze her blood: "You missed her." At first, the two women, longtime rivals bound by shared history and rivalry over Ridge, confront him separately. Ridge is blindsided. He remembers the night in Rome, remembers drinking wine near the Spanish Steps, remembers bumping into someone who reminded him of someone else. He insists the kiss wasn't romantic. It was confusing, strange, almost surreal. He doesn't even know the woman's name. He says she came and went, like a ghost. Brooke doesn't buy it. Taylor doesn't either. But the moment that pushes both women over the edge is when Taylor stares at the photo long enough to see something impossible. The necklace. A small, heart-shaped pendant with a faded inscription. It belonged to Phoebe Forrester. Her daughter. Her dead daughter. Taylor shows the pendant to Brooke. At first, Brooke accuses her of delusion, of wishful thinking. But then she too begins to notice small, eerie details. The curve of the young woman's smile. The way her eyes crinkle. She resembles Phoebe, yes, but that's impossible. Phoebe died. Years ago. There was a funeral. There were ashes. There were tears. But the resemblance is undeniable. Too strong to be coincidence. Brooke, uncharacteristically, doesn't dismiss it. Not this time. Not when she feels something pulling her too. Not when her instincts scream that the girl in the photo isn't just some fling or a model or an imposter. The two women, once enemies, now find themselves drawn together by a cause more urgent than old rivalries. They make a pact. No assumptions. No accusations. No revelations to Ridge, not yet. Not until they find answers. Real ones. They launch a quiet investigation, digging into the metadata of the photo, tracking the GPS stamp, cross-referencing footage and social tags from influencers in Rome that week. They scour digital footprints, enlist old allies, and unearth a name: Sofia Cataldi, an Italian-born model raised in Switzerland. New on the scene. Elusive. Reclusive. No known family. They track Sofia to a high-end modeling agency operating under the radar, Avant-Garde. Based out of Milan, the agency claims to represent specialized talent and personal branding clients outside traditional channels. But the deeper Brooke and Taylor dig, the more the agency looks like a front. Payments traced to offshore accounts. Models flown in and out of countries under aliases. No parental records. No birth certificates. Just forged paperwork and ghosted trails. It's a network of shadows, and it has its grip on women across Europe. And maybe one of those women is Phoebe. Then comes the breakthrough. A facial recognition specialist compares photos of Phoebe Forrester, aged digitally by AI to reflect the years since her supposed death, against high-res shots of Sofia Cataldi. The match is nearly perfect, 92% probability. It's enough for Taylor to fall apart. It's enough for Brooke to harden into resolve. They fly to Milan under aliases, stalking the modeling agency, posing as talent scouts. They wait. They watch. They learn that Sofia is being kept isolated, protected. Not out of concern, but control. When they finally get eyes on her in person at a promotional event hosted at a designer's private estate, it's like seeing a ghost. Taylor nearly faints. Brooke grabs her arm, holding her steady. Across the room, Sophia locks eyes with them. Her gaze sharpens. She freezes. For a moment, it looks like she recognizes them. But then a man in a gray suit, tall, severe, steps in, whispers something in her ear, and she's gone. Shaken but more determined than ever, Brooke and Taylor tail the man. He leads them to an unmarked building in a warehouse district outside Milan. Inside, behind locked doors, is a network unlike anything they've seen. Young women held under the guise of contract disputes, career enhancement training, and media detox. But the truth is clear. They're prisoners. Groomed, manipulated, and trafficked under the cover of luxury and fame. Brooke and Taylor take the risk. They break in. They find Sophia. She doesn't run. She stares at Taylor for a long time before whispering, "Why do I know you?" Taylor steps forward, voice trembling. "Because I'm your mother." Sophia collapses. They escape that night, barely, with Sophia in tow and the agency's guards closing in. Using connections through Forrester International and some of Brooke's old allies in the fashion world, they secure safe passage back to the U.S. Phoebe, is kept in a safe house while tests are run. DNA confirms it. It's her. She's alive. Stolen. Brainwashed. Raised under another name. Her death had been faked. The ashes weren't hers. The entire accident, staged. The fallout is seismic. Ridge is devastated. He can't process the truth. He breaks down when he sees Phoebe again. Steffi is overwhelmed with guilt and joy. The family, long fractured, is shaken to its core. How could they not know? Who was behind it? Who had the power, the access, the cruelty? All signs point to an international broker who had connections to the modeling agency, to black market identity trafficking, and even to certain political players in Europe. But the real question is, why Phoebe? Why her? Why fake her death, erase her identity, and then place her in a world designed to consume and control? Phoebe, slowly recovering pieces of memory, speaks of a woman who visited her frequently in the early years. Someone with a southern accent. Someone with money and fear in her eyes. All signs point to someone who may have once been close to the Forresters, perhaps even inside their circle. The conspiracy isn't just international, it's personal. As Phoebe begins the painful process of rediscovering her identity, Ridge swears to protect her, even as guilt consumes him for not seeing the truth. Brooke and Taylor, two women who once tore each other apart, now share a bond of battle-tested sisterhood, forged in the fire of grief and redemption. But their war is far from over. Because the network that took Phoebe isn't done. They want her back. She's a liability now. A loose end. And they don't leave loose ends. One night, the safe house is attacked. Only a timely intervention from Liam and Bill Spencer, tipped off by Steffi, saves Phoebe. But it's a warning. This story won't end until those behind it are unmasked and taken down. And as Brooke and Taylor prepare for the next phase, exposing the syndicate, they both realize this isn't just about Phoebe anymore. It's about every woman trapped in the illusion of choice. It's about power, exploitation, and what happens when beauty becomes a weapon used to imprison rather than inspire. The battle lines have been drawn. And this time, Brooke and Taylor are on the same side. For Phoebe. For justice. For every daughter lost to the dark. The week ending the bold and the beautiful brings a sinister, escalating storyline that puts Luna Nozawa front and center, and it's not looking good for anyone in her path. In a dramatic shift that confirms the worst fears of those around her, Luna's descent into obsession and delusion reaches a boiling point. Her erratic behavior, long suspected to be more than just emotional volatility, now takes on a darker, more dangerous tone. Her target? Steffi Forrester. Her weapon? A loaded gun. And her plan? Disturbing in both its boldness and logic. Sheila Carter, who has done more than her fair share of manipulation, may be one of the few who truly grasps the level of danger Luna presents. In the episode airing, Sheila makes another desperate attempt to reach out to Luna. She tries to talk her down, to inject some reason, to divert her from the path of destruction she's charging down. But Luna is done listening. Whatever connection Sheila hoped to build is long gone, or was never there to begin with. Luna is no longer just a troubled woman. She's on the edge of committing murder, and her justification for it is as chilling as it is twisted. Luna believes that by eliminating Steffi, she's not just solving her own problems, she's also opening the door for Sheila to reconnect with her son, Finn Finnegan. In Luna's warped logic, Steffi is the gatekeeper, the obstacle, the force that has long kept Sheila at arm's length from Finn. Kill Steffi, and the door to reconciliation swings wide open. It's a horrifying rationalization, but Luna clings to it with the fervor of someone convinced of their own righteousness. She sees herself as a fixer, a liberator, not a killer. But that's precisely what she's become. Sheila, alarmed and increasingly horrified, tries to stop her. She begs Luna to leave Los Angeles, to walk away before it's too late. Sheila's desperation is real. This isn't about control anymore. This is about survival, about preventing a bloodbath. But Luna doesn't back down. She offers a compromise. If Sheila helps her get close to Finn, she'll make sure Steffi is handled. It's a conversation laced with veiled threats and disturbing overtones. Sheila, now realizing that Luna is beyond persuasion, faces a terrible choice. Does she help Luna and hope to mitigate the damage? Or does she try to stop her outright and risk becoming her next target? There's even the terrifying possibility that Luna might decide to eliminate Sheila herself if she sees her as an obstacle. If Sheila refuses to help, Luna could turn on her in an instant. The stakes are impossibly high, and the walls are closing in fast. Meanwhile, Luna continues to spiral. She buys a gun, a clear signal that her threats are not just idle talk. She is planning something, and Steffi is still at the top of her list. But as the situation unfolds, a new layer of strategy emerges. Steffi may be the public target, the name on Luna's lips, but Elektra Forrester could be the real threat Luna wants to eliminate. There's suspicion that Luna is using the focus on Steffi as a distraction, while she maneuvers around Elektra in private, preparing to strike where no one expects. Elektra is ambitious, well-connected, and standing in Luna's way. If Luna wants power, access, and control within Forrester Creations, or influence over Bill Spencer, or Finn, Elektra might be the more dangerous rival. And while Luna plots and lurks, Sheila fights a silent war of her own. She's torn between protecting Finn and confronting the monster Luna is becoming. In a twist of irony, Sheila, the show's longtime villain, may be the only person with a clear enough view of the threat to sound the alarm. If she escapes Luna's grip, she might be the one to warn the Forresters in time. If not, Luna will move forward unchallenged, and the consequences will be catastrophic. Steffi, unaware of the immediate danger, continues to navigate tensions with Hope and Liam. But that dynamic may soon be overshadowed by something far more deadly. When the Forrester family begins to sense that Luna is unstable, they start closing ranks. Finn will do everything in his power to protect Steffi. Ridge, sensing a pattern of erratic behavior, will mobilize security. Brooke, forever the voice of intuition, may pick up on the subtle changes in Luna's demeanor. But will it be enough? Luna is cunning. She knows how to smile in public and plot in private. Her transformation from a slightly off-center newcomer into a full-blown antagonist has been rapid but not unearned. The seeds have been there, her manipulative streak, her tendency to fixate, her fragile sense of self-worth. Now, those traits have fermented into something toxic and violent. Even Bill Spencer may play a role in this chaos. He's seen through Luna before, and if he suspects she's up to something, he could confront her or inadvertently push her over the edge. That's the danger now. Anything could set Luna off. A whisper of doubt, a look of suspicion, a thwarted plan. She's already armed. She's already decided someone needs to die. There are growing rumors that Sheila might physically try to stop Luna, setting the stage for a dramatic showdown. If Luna locks her away, it could delay the warning to the Forresters long enough for tragedy to strike. Alternatively, if Sheila plays along, pretends to help Luna while secretly working against her, it could lead to a dramatic, violent climax. Elsewhere, tensions rise between Hope and Steffi as they each deal with Liam's condition in their own way. Their conflict may be emotional and heartfelt, but it pales in comparison to the threat brewing in Luna's mind. When Luna finally makes her move, the impact will be immediate and irreversible. Whether it happens at Forrester Creations, the Cliff House, or another planned event, one thing is clear: Luna is not bluffing. The ending to this storyline could go in multiple directions. A last-minute intervention by Sheila, a heroic act by Finn, or a shocking sacrifice by a peripheral character like Elektra or even Deacon Sharp. But the trajectory is clear. Luna is not backing down. The only question now is who she'll take with her when she finally snaps. As we move into the next week, the suspense only deepens. Luna's madness has become the axis around which multiple lives are spinning. Steffi is the bait, Elektra may be the true target, and Sheila is the wild card in a game that's spinning violently out of control. Will someone die? Will Luna succeed in tearing apart the Forrester family from within? Will Sheila redeem herself by stopping the chaos she helped unleash? Or will this be the moment Luna truly becomes the bold and the beautiful, most dangerous villain yet? Whatever happens next, it's clear we're no longer in the realm of fashion shows and love triangles. This is now a high-stakes game of survival, and the outcome will change everything.